Ya, selamat datang kembali di Beta punya channel. Hari ini kita bersama seorang teman yang sangat ganteng dari mana saya tidak tahu, nanti kita ikuti dia punya percakapan yang saya hari ini. Well, welcome back to my channel, guys. This is the young guy that's so handsome. I don't know where he's from, so I would like to ask you, invite you to meet him today. All right, let's start with the introduction, please.
My name is Father Michael. I've been ordained as an SVD priest since 2006, and my vocation began some 20-some years ago.
All right, Mike. How did your vocation started?
Actually, there was a priest, a Marino priest, who came to my parish in Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minneapolis, Minnesota. And he was doing some fundraising for the Marino missions in Hong Kong, and he gave an interesting talk about his work, his missionary work over there in Hong Kong. And after the talk, he left some brochures,
Okay.
For the Marino vocation.
Okay.
And at that time, I just saw the brochure. And I took it home, thought about it, and then I gave him a call.
So you were at a high school back then?
I was first year in the university.
Oh, okay. So you were studying.
I was studying in the university.
What was the major?
Basically, at that time I didn't choose my my major yet.
Okay.
I was just taking courses, like basic courses.
Okay.
From the university. And so I call, and lo and behold, about a week later, he came to my house.
So the Marino priest
The Marino priest
came to your house.
came to my house.
Okay.
And at that time, he said that the Marinos in the United States, they didn't have any seminary, anything. But if I'm interested in studying for the Marinos, he can find out some information and perhaps go from there. And about a month or so, he sent me some materials and information about the SVDs, especially the major seminary that they have in Epworth. And I pray over it, and
So what make you make the decision instead of Marino religious life than the SVDs? Because like you mentioned at the beginning, the Marino priest came to your parish and even came to your house. But then at the end, what happened?
He said that if you are interested in becoming a Marino, first of all, at that time, the Marinos only accepted candidates who have had their bachelor degrees.
Okay.
University bachelor degrees. And so I decided to go, with his suggestion, to go to the SVD seminary in Epworth, Iowa.
To earn your bachelor degree.
To get my bachelor degree over there. And I went over there to Epworth, Iowa in 1995.
Because I remember I met you in 1995 too, when I was there
you
doing
were
my
there
English.
For English.
Yeah,
for
okay,
English.
Go ahead.
And I finished my first year at Epworth. And then the second year, at that time, the SVDs had a program they call that overseas exchange student in Japan.
I remember that you and
Rosa.
No.
Lorenzo,
you and Lorenzo went to Japan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lorenzo,
Alright.
Rosa, myself, and then one more of my classmates, Long Fee.
Okay.
We went to Japan for a year, and it was my time in Japan that I got to know about the SVD's missionary work.
So at that time you did not join the SVDs yet.
Not yet. I was still studying for the Marinos.
Okay.
And when I came back from Japan, that's when I made my decision. Because when I came back to Japan, I was a junior already.
I see.
And after my junior year, we the SVDs asked me if I wanted to continue on. And so it was the decision between Marinos and SVDs. And so I decided to go with the SVDs because most of my friends in the seminaries are SVDs.
With the SVDs.
So I went with them.
Uh-huh.
And from there, went to the novitiate in 1998.
So once you finish your bachelor degree
With
then,
the SVDs.
with the SVDs,
And then I went to
then
the novitiate.
Novitiate with the SVDs.
Novi-
So when was
novitiate.
that?
That was in 1998, 99, 1998, 99 was my novitiate year with the SVDs.
So how many years in that program with the novitiate program?
The novitiate lasts about 1 year,
one
full
year.
year,
Okay.
1 full year. And then
The next step was, okay.
I professed my vows with the SVDs. And
So-
actually that priest, the Marino priest,
Come on.
he came from my profession
vows?
of first vows with the SVD.
Oh, wow.
And,
so
he
he was the one that recruited you
He
for
was
his
recruited
order,
me
but
for the Marino, but I became an
gosh.
SVD.
So how you felt about it once he saw you that?
I was surprised.
Oh,
I was
wow.
surprised, but he was there and he said, it doesn't matter what religious congregation you go with, it's what you makes you happy
Oh,
and
wow, that's-
what
that's
makes you want to continue on.
That's the main thing.
And so for me it was like his blessings for me.
Awesome. Okay.
And then I went to theologate,
Okay.
study for 2 years, and then normally
That's for your philosophy or for theology?
theology.
Okay, because you finished your philosophy already.
I finished my philosophy at Epworth already.
Okay.
And so I went on to Chicago, which is where our theologate.
Okay. So
Yes.
that's for 2 years?
That's for 2 years, first 2 years of theology.
Okay.
And then in our formation here in the United States, normally after 2 years of theology, you have to go outside the United States.
You're given
You're given a choice to
choice.
go to any place where the SVDs are
for the pastoral
for
experience.
for the overseas experience,
Okay.
which normally lasts.
So where did you go for your OTP?
I went to Bolivia, South America.
Oh, habla español, padre.
Un poquito.
Ah, sí.
Unas palabras nomás.
See, our Father Mike is really good in Spanish. Oh, we are glad to have him. Oh, go ahead.
And then I went to Bolivia for 2 years. That was some of the most, how shall we say, some of the most wonderful time that I had with the SVDs.
Okay.
That was my years in Bolivia. And we stay with the SVDs. Over there in Bolivia, we work with indigenous people, mostly
Okay.
indigenous people.
Okay.
Aymara, Quechua, and some of these parishes are
So
way
did
up in the
you,
mountain.
before you went to the parish, did you have a chance to take
Oh yeah, they gave you 6 months.
6 months of the
language learning.
Okay.
But 6 months of language learning isn't enough.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, when you finish your language study, the real experience
That's in
began
the parish.
actually when you go to the parish,
Okay.
and that's when you learn all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
And the people over there are so wonderful, very humble, very welcoming, because they know that it's missionaries like the SVDs that they're there for one reason, that is to accompany the people. And I was over there living in the SVD community for my first parish, which lasted about 1 year. We were given 2 experiences.
Okay, so first year you stay at one parish.
And then
And
the
the
second
second
half,
year-
the
second
second half, the first year I spent at Coripata, which is like in the mountainous area. And then my second half of the stay in Bolivia, I was sent down to the southern region, which is Sucre. Sucre. I stayed there for like 6 months and then came back to the United States.
So what was the best experience that you would cherish for the rest of your life when you did your OTP in Bolivia?
This I will remember forever.
Sure.
I remember one time when we did our mission trip, because normally you stay in the parish, but then each month you would go out to the surrounding barrios, they're like villages, Our main parish is in the city of Corepata, but then most of the people are living surrounding it within the radius of maybe 30, 40 miles or so. And so there must have been at least 50 barrios. And so we try to visit a few barrios each month. And there was this one experience where we went and we stay with the people. Actually, we stay in their chapel. And I remember one time we were invited to a family for dinner, and this is what they had for dinner: bread and water, because that's all they had.
Bread
So
and
bread and water, that was it. But to me, that was the best bread I ever had because I was so hungry. That was also the best water I tasted too because I was so thirsty. But the people are so welcoming. They gave you all they had.
Yeah.
Whatever they had.
All right.
Whatever they have, they shared with you.
All right. So once you completed your overseas training program, you came back to the
I
state.
came back to the States. When you come back to the state, you finish your third year
Okay.
of theology, and then you make your final profession of vows.
All right. The
Perpetual vows.
question before your final vows, you are given options for different countries to apply for. So which countries did you apply for before the final vows?
I apply for Chile.
Chile,
I apply for Bolivia,
back to Bolivia.
and I also apply for Spain.
So there was none for Southern Province.
No, no, I didn't think about the Southern Province then. But then my formation director suggested that I put in Chicago
Okay,
because they wanted me to work in vocation.
I see.
And so after my ordination, I went to work in the mission in the vocation office for 2 years for Divine Wood College in Epworth, Iowa.
So from that 4 or 3 countries that you applied for, which one that they accepted you for?
They accepted, actually, Chicago.
Chicago. Okay.
Chicago accepted me because they wanted me to work in the
I see.
vocation office.
Okay. Yeah.
And I say those probably were the toughest years, the first toughest years as an SVD priest for me that was working in vocation.
Okay, how was that? How was that?
I never stay in one place for like a week,
Okay.
constantly traveling
Okay.
Mostly down south.
Okay.
And over in Texas, Louisiana, somewhere also in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
But after 2 years, I just felt like vocation work was not for me,
Okay.
and so I decided to transfer to the Southern Province.
Okay.
And at that time, I believe Jim Balicki was the provincial.
Okay.
And he said, "Oh yeah, come down, come down." And when I came down, I was sent to Immaculate Heart of Mary in Lafayette, Louisiana,
Oh, okay. Okay.
with Father Tom James.
Oh, Tom James. Okay.
Wonderful guy,
Okay.
very loving, very caring also. And I stayed there at Immaculate Heart of Mary for 2 years.
Okay.
And then I was sent to Dayton, Texas, to be out on my own for the first time.
As a pastor, so how you felt being for the first time being a pastor?
Scary.
In charge of a parish?
Scary.
Really? Why is that?
Because it was the first time where I had to be on my own. Even though I was living with other SBD, but you're in charge of your parish. And I would say those 4 years that I spent at Dayton, Texas, was also some of the toughest time that I had as an SVD, SVD missionary.
Then from Texas?
And then from Texas, I was sent to here at Our Mother Mercy in Pasquisian.
Pasquisian in Mississippi. So how long have you been here?
And I've been here since 2015.
So that's
it's like almost 6 years. January of 2015, So that makes it 6 years and a few months.
Awesome.
And this parish is it's small. It's about 200 families or so.
So the congregation is
It's
what?
mostly African American.
I see.
African Americans.
Okay.
It's a small parish in the diocese of Biloxi, but my time here at Immaculate Heart of at Our Mother of Mercy are some of the most wonderful times that I have, because one of my neighboring parishes is St. Rose, where Father Agostino is. He sort of took me under his wing and showed me the ropes, because he has been in the southern province for how many years?
Are you
Agostino?
serious? Are you serious?
How many years, Agostino?
Being in the province?
Yeah.
Since I think I came here in 1996, so
Oh my goodness, that's like almost 20 some years already.
well,
But you know, one thing that I kind of regret, because I've never been able to go fishing with Father Agostino.
we'll catch up, Mike. All right. Okay. The best. Would you mind share with us the best experience that you ever had being a priest and plus being an SVD working in the parish?
Normally, when we go out in the parish, we'll always have another SVD parish next to us.
Okay.
We're never alone.
Awesome.
And the reason is because we don't live by ourselves like most diocesan priests.
So you have
We
the
have a
chance
community.
always, yeah.
We have a community,
Right,
because
okay.
it is through the community that supports us, that also challenges us.
Okay.
And being here, especially in Pascusian, I have the privilege of being next to St. Rose,
Okay.
and also at the seminary, which I go over there most morning to have breakfast. It's not for the food; it's mostly
the
for
community,
community life.
right. All right. In closing, Michael, I'm glad to have you on my video. In closing, for those that watching this video, Michael, would you like to say something regarding vocation? If they would like to join the SVD, say for instance, where should they start it?
Where should they start? Well, they should start contacting Father Agostino,
Awesome.
because he has been a priest for maybe 20 some years already. So
21 years.
for me, my vocation with the SVD has been sort of a blessing and a gift. Living in community, and also being able to share my vocation with my parishioners. Here at Our Mother of Mercy, most of them are older generations, older people, but they just love the SVDs.
Awesome.
Because they have had experience with SVDs, priests in their parish before, and so they just love you. And so if you're interested in becoming an SVD, the first step is to contact Father Agostino.
All right. Thank you, Mike, for sharing your vocation with us. And guys, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, comment, and share. But if you feel like you're called, don't hesitate to call where the SVDs are.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Mike.